G'day folks, it's Cortezerino. I have discovered how to chop down trees. Now when I told the other members on the server that I had made this discovery, they made fun of me. But they should be impressed, because things are a little bit different in 1.14. I don't know if it is just the lag that I'm getting or if it's general lag, but see that when you're chopping down on a tree, like this always happened, you get pushed off to the side, but if I do it quickly now, then sometimes holding shift just does not help, and I fall all the way down to the bottom. But, I built a house. But we'll get back to that. The trees are more important right now, but what I've discovered is the perfect way to chop down I'm crawling. No, I got a bush grown into me. Where did you come from? Oh, just trying to ruin my shot. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to this. So we've got our beautiful little scaffolding blocks now. So what we can do is just go straight up to the top, and that will stop placing automatically when it hits the leaves up there. So up we go, and we'll need to break the top bit of scaffolding, but once we're here at the top of the tree, we'll just trim this little bit here, so we've got a nice flat surface to walk on, one or the other. Okay, so here we go. So now what you want to do is you hold shift and you back over to the scaffolding, but you'll notice I'm not going down the scaffolding even though I'm holding shift, because I'm still on the edge of that log, so I can then chop these three. And when I chop this one, I don't fall, I don't get thrown around, I am in the scaffolding now, so I can just break that bit of scaffolding, and we start again, and we just keep going in this lovely little loop. And I think this, guys, is the perfect way to chop down a tree, and all those server members who made fun of me should feel ashamed. I promise we will get to the house eventually. But I wanted to show you my storage room. We've finally done something in here. Not the floor and not the ceiling, but we've actually started using it. So this is my theory for not using too many item frames. So I've got big sections in the wall here. So that says that's all stone. And this one will say that's all cobblestone. That is all dirt. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 of those big storage things. So we've got like granite and diorite over there, netherrack. And then what I'm doing is I'm putting all the like stone, and I've got no stone left. I've used it all. But I start at the top left for putting in the stone, and then I start at the bottom right for all the things you can make out of it. So eventually they'll meet in the middle somewhere. So that's my big bulk storage thing. And then over here, I've just tried to put these into categories. So up here, we've got diamonds up the top, and I have to do a little bit of searching. But so we've got diamonds, so I've got a diamond pick in there. Then we go to gold, iron, lapis, emeralds, and what's the last one? Coal. So yeah, I do have to search a little bit in between these to find which thing is which. So like these are all mob drops. But yeah, so far it seems to be working out okay. I added an extra line of chests down the bottom here just because I needed 6 for all the 6 wood types, so I could have them in a big category there. So yes, this place is starting to look a little bit better, and I said last season that this season I would... Oh, that sounded terrible. Last season I said that this season I would try and use a lot of the new blocks. So I'm using a lot of the stripped wood up the top in the house, but I've got some little kelp blocks mixed in there, and I'll try and mix in some of them into the house as well. Yes, but this place is looking cool. It will look better once I put a ceiling on here. What else have we done? We've got Kitty. That is about it. I've got a nether portal. I can't come back through this nether portal. It links into somewhere else, but it's a quick way into the nether. Now, this is interesting. We have our buddy Vitagavia living just on the hill beside me, so we decided to link up our underground sort of areas. And it's good, actually. He does a lot of this really organic building that I like to do as well. So he put these tunnels in, and he has built them properly. You can see it's all half slabbed up here, so you can staircase your way up. I think we're in his area now. Yes, cool. So we can just share our resources and not worry about doubling up on too many things. So the underground base is getting a lot larger, although I'm very pedantic about mobs getting into my base, especially since I've got villagers down here. And last season my tower was just open to the world, and I was always terrified that I couldn't just get up from the computer and leave in case it turned nighttime. Maybe I'd get a mob spawn somewhere in the tower and he'd come get me, or I'd have sky above me and the phantoms would come get me. So this season I wanted to be safe in my underground area, and having that big hole in the wall isn't very safe, so I have to put some sort of a big door there. I was kind of thinking of having a TNT door. I haven't seen anyone build one before, but you have a cobblestone generator underneath and you push a button and a bit of TNT comes down, blows the door to pieces. You can pass through, and then the cobblestone generator just puts the wall back. It would be a bit of a doorbell, I would know when Vita Gavia was coming to visit. Ooh, I just had an idea, actually. Okay, so I noticed with these guys, sometimes it's a bit hard to get past them. I wonder if you can make a bamboo door. Can I get through there? Yes, I can. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay, I'm going to need some steak for this. We're going to do test 2. What about a single one? Okay. So I wonder if mobs can break that. But let's, oh gosh, it's hard to break without an axe. Let's hit it with the axe. Now we pass through, and I've been told that bamboo grows very, very quickly. So, can you bone meal it? Where's my bone meal? You can, and it only takes 1 bone meal before you can't pass over it again. Although a baby zombie could, so 2 bone meal. Alright, I've got an idea, guys. We could have a bamboo door. You just got to come in here and break it to walk through, and then I just I have an observer block up here that detects when it's broken and spits 2 bone meal back and puts the door back in place. That would be cool. Okay, so here's a little mock-up, and what I'm thinking straight away is I would have this observer block a lot higher and hidden away so you can't see it, so then I'd have to have the dispenser dispense tons more bone meal at it to get it to grow up nice and tall. But I thought, well, while we've got the observer block here, we could put a doorbell on it, which I don't know how to tune doorbells. I'd have to look that up. Yeah, it's not very loud either, is it? But yeah, that could work as a little doorway to Vita Gavia's place, but I would probably want to disguise it as just a little bit of decoration in the wall. So we've got our plant there. Maybe put a picture behind it or a banner so it looks like there's a bit of a backdrop to it. Yes, that could work. It's a bit dumb. I could just do a piston door, but it's an idea. Okay, so I can just raise the volume on my jukebox and note block sounds, and then I will be able to hear the doorbell. That's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, I have spent the last 24 hours, well, not an entire 24 hours, the last day working on my new house. So it's far from complete, but we have done tons and tons of work. I'm sort of doing this in the theme of maybe an Alaskan or Rocky Mountains log cabin with a cobble. I'm lagging a lot, guys, so please forgive the jittering of the camera. So we've got cobblestone down the bottom, and then it's all wooden up the top. And like I said, I think on my first episode, I wanted a great big patio out the front. So this is it. I haven't decorated it much yet, so I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. But it's all half slabs down here, so we don't have to worry about anything spawning, although they can quite easily get around the fence. Now we've got our nice view out the front, and a swimming fox. He's keeping me safe from getting another trident in the face. That would suck. So this place is looking super duper cool. We might... I was going to pillar up. Oh no, I might have to pillar up. No, we can do it here. Because half slabs, I can't place these guys there. Here we go. Let's get a bit of a better view. So you can see a bit of scaffolding still lying around. Lots more to do, but we have made a pretty good start. And I absolutely love the railing around the balcony there. Can you tell what that is? This is made entirely from lecterns. They look super cool, although this kind of ruins my idea of having a small villager trading hall down in the base there, because as soon as I try and break and replace a lectern, the villagers are just going to look up here and go, ooh, which one of them am I going to pick? And I won't be able to find the right one to break and replace to get them to reset their trades. So I think what I'm going to do is, just in the base where I've got those villagers down the bottom, I will keep my mending guy here. And because I've been building the emerald factory, I will keep that there as well, with just a bunch of farmers, because farmers are different for trading now. Before you could just keep unlocking their trades and trade forever, but now they lock up and you have to wait for them to get to that time of day to go back to their workstation and unlock again. So you need way more farmers. Before you could just have one, but now we need lots and lots. So anyway, yes, it's slow going here. I'm trading to get the bookshelves to make the lecterns off my librarian down there. And I've got some cows, so I'm making my own books. But we are certainly getting there, but we've got a lot more to go. And I quite like this floor I've got out here on the deck. It's just a mixture of the oak planks and the stripped oak wood. We're using lots of stripped wood. And these windows are pretty cool too. So I've got shutters made from jungle doors and jungle trapdoors. I put in glass blocks at first because I think they look better from the outside, but it doesn't look as good on the inside. So I may replace them with glass panes later on, although they do connect to these, which it actually doesn't look too bad when they connect, but we'll wait and see what I decide to do. And then the smaller windows, I've just got a couple of them like this, just in front of glass as well. So from the can we get in here? Yeah, see, from the inside, it doesn't quite look as good. So yeah, maybe I will be going for panes in there. Anyway, let's jump inside. It's a bit of a drop. Boom, I got feather falling though. I'm all good. So this is what it's starting to look like on the inside. Now, I may have built the house a little bit narrow. It probably could have been about 3 blocks wider in this sort of direction. Although being this narrow, it does kind of look cool, and it'll mean once I put a proper floor in, we're in the downstairs now, but once I put the upstairs floor in, we're going to have windows really close and all around. So actually, it could look really good. But I'll show you what I was trying to do with this house. So you notice there's all this cobblestone down here, but next to no cobblestone up there. It's because I'm building on the slope. So I want it to be a 2-story house on that side with the big balcony. But if you approach it from this side, it just looks like a 1-story house. And let's go over there. So it's much more pronounced on this side because we've got the big hill here. But you see the 2 stories there. But already we only have to go a few blocks and the hill is encroaching on the side of the house. So this might be pretty cool actually. I can put a big window here and just have lush greenery all over the place. A nice little view to look out on. And for the pillagers to look in at me. But they won't be able to get me. So on this side it is pretty much at ground level. So yes, it just looks like a little 1-story house here. I quite like that, and I'm going to put the doors on the sides. So it looks like there should be a door in the middle here, but oh well, I like having my 2 big windows. And I will have to run my lecterns all the way around here as well. Although the mobs will be able to jump the lecterns. I'm not sure if I care about that. I probably do actually, because I don't want them running around onto my back porch. Maybe I won't make this porch here mob safe, but the balcony up the back I will. And then I'm not sure what I'm doing at the front here. I may want to clip the top of this little bit of hill off so we can see out to... Oh yes, if I do clip this, if I do trim it a little bit, then we can have a bit of a view out there. That'll be nice. This is a pretty cool area, guys. Actually, I have to get into the camera account and have a quick fly around and show you what's going on here. I'll try and avoid spoilers, but... Yeah, if I were to pull it right up in the air, you wouldn't think there's much going on here because of all the trees everywhere. But we have a thriving community going on. And from the camera account, we can get a much better view of my brand new house. So it's looking super cool, I think. And I'm probably going to put some windows and stuff in that cobblestone down the bottom, but I haven't figured out what I want to do exactly. How's this though? We've got the new textures going, the 1.14 textures, so I'm using them. I've abandoned my old texture pack, and I've noticed I don't really like the andesite, especially when I'm caving and I'm looking for it. It is very similar to the stone. I can barely see it. So I used to mix it with stone all the time, and I'm not sure I want to now because they are so similar. But it does look really, really good mixed in with the cobblestone, so that is pretty cool. But anyway, let's go for a wander. And right up here, right next to me, we have Vita Gavia and his cool log cabin. Now, the thing about Vita Gavia with his building that I really, really like when I'm building a log cabin, I'll look at a photo of a log cabin and I'll see a feature in that, and I'll try and build it, and then I'll go, no, it doesn't really work with Minecraft, and I make compromises from the original design and try and make it look good in Minecraft. Vita Gavia just goes for it. Log cabins have the bits of logs sticking out all over the place? He does it. He makes sure he puts that in. Also, you can see he's used the different kinds of logs, just making sure you get that. You can tell that they are logs stacked on logs. And last season he did an African a lot of African buildings, and they looked amazing. I just love the way he tries to make things look the way they should. And here's another example. This is Vita Gavia's rope bridge, and it is fantastic. And I love it too because you can sprint along this and you always get your little step up. I know some people, when they make paths, you're constantly having to jump up blocks, but he's like me, I think. He wants to be able to sprint and just run straight up the half slabs and stuff like that and not have to constantly be hitting the spacebar to jump. So that is a very cool bridge. And it's a bit laggy on the server, you can tell by my frame rate at the moment. So rather than fly around, I'll probably just try and pick spots and show you that. And this might be a good place to start. You remember my community mine shaft down there from the first day? And there wasn't much around it. Well, now, guys, there are houses everywhere, but you can get so lost. If I'm just down there in the bushes, it is so hard to find all these places. But each of these is the starter house for another member, and some of them are looking super duper cool. There's a big one out the back there. I don't want to show you that. That could be spoilers. But there is stuff going on everywhere. We've got bridges coming up, paths. Oh, I've got to show you Nutty Chef's house. This place is absolutely beautiful. He's using composters in the walls and he's got a lovely garden. But a funny story, I went north in my boat and I sort of got lost and I went all around the continent and I came back on our community area not knowing I was home, and I found Nutty Chef's place from the back and I thought this was part of a naturally generated village. And it wasn't until I'd already picked up his smoker and a few other things I was going to steal before I realised something was going on. This was actually a person's house. And then, of course, I didn't realise I was in the community area, so I got in my boat and went all the way back around to get home. That was a little bit silly. Yes, guys, lots and lots of houses coming up in our community area is going strong now. So before, I like to call it the YMCA. It was just our YMCA before, but now we've got lots and lots of little buildings coming up around it. That's a tree farm. Super cool, guys. Once I get myself sorted, Cortez is going to start whipping out the custom trees. So you think these trees around here are big? That is nothing. I'm going to make this place look so pretty. It's going to be nice. But first of all, I'm going to make my area look pretty. And speaking of pretty, this place isn't. But I'm not going to finish this today. I want to finish my house up the top, or at least do as much as I can, because I am sick of living in a dirty little hole. It's nice and everything, but I've built so many beautiful buildings on time lapses and stuff like that I would just like to live in one of them. I think that'd be nice. And because I've got all my stuff underground, I can focus on just making the house look pretty. So the next step, guys, is to get some floors and some walls in. So I guess this is going to be a downstairs, and I need to put an upstairs in. So I'm not going to worry about furniture and stuff just yet. I just need to get these floors in, and we're going to do the stripped wood floors as well, I have to be a little bit careful not to just have so much stripped wood that it looks ridiculous. So I might be doing them out of oak or birch, the floors, just so they doesn't all look the same, because I've got the dark oak and the spruce up there. So I don't know, we'll figure it out, and I might even put in a few rugs just to cover up some of that stripped wood so it's not absolutely everywhere. Anyway, work for Cortez. I will bring you back later, guys. I have a conundrum. I am building the floor out of oak wood, which I've been growing at the community tree farm, which is just over the hill, but because of 1.14 lag, we have our server render distance set very, very low, which means every time I go back there, they are still saplings. It is just out of range. So I have a choice. Do I keep wasting time waiting for saplings to grow, or do I get my redstone cap on and try and use what little redstone I have left and make myself a tree farm? Not a big one, not a big one. We are not doing the hanging gardens again. No, I'm talking about just a little Cortezerino tree farm right next to our emerald factory that will help me get all the oak wood I need to do my 2 floors right here. So that is the choice, guys, and I think I am going to take it. And the good thing about that is you get an extra episode this week because I'm going to end it here. So cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Cortezerino. I will see you later. And that is how to do an entire episode without building a thing. Except the house, but I didn't do it on camera, so it doesn't really count.